This is the tutorial for drawing the pop bottle rocket in Sketchup to actual dimensions. Okay, get into Sketchup. Get rid of any side windows. And of course, as usual, if you don't have the large toolbar on the side, go into View, Toolbars, and turn on the large tool set. Get rid of the human being, and we're going to set it up for metric. So we go to the top window, Model Info, and it should be units, decimal, not millimeters, but centimeters, and the precision should be 0.0. Okay, we're set. Here we go. Close that little window. Turn on the circle tool. Click in the center, start pulling out, and enter 6 centimeters. Don't put the centimeters in, just 6. Enter. Now mine's really small, so I put the mouse right above it and scroll in. If you put the mouse somewhere else, watch what happens. It moves all over the place. So always put the mouse right above the object. And use the move tool, or the hand tool rather. It's called a pan tool, P-A-N. Now we're going to turn on the push-pull tool, start pulling up, and enter the number 2020. Enter. Right, there's the body of the rocket. Next step, we're going to make it a component just to protect it while we do the next step to make the cone. So we select it using the black arrow, right-click on it, select it again, right click, make component. When you see a create, click the create. Don't need to name it really, just create. When you see that box, that means that in fact it has been grouped. It makes it safe. Okay, next step is to draw the cone. We're going to turn on the pencil tool, draw from the outside of the circle to the center, and then go up on the blue axis, 14, enter. Then complete the triangle by going back to where you started on the outside, and it should fill in. There you go. Now we want to make a cone, but before we do that, we've got to go back and get rid of the component. And to do that, you right click on it again, and the word is explode. To reverse it, the word is explode to get rid of the component, and the box will disappear. There it is. Click outside with your select tool to get rid of the blue color. Now here's what we want that triangle to rotate all the way around following the edge of the circle. So turn on your select tool, click on the edge of the circle. And if you look at it, all of mine, not all of mine was blue, so I go back and click on the parts that are not blue. When I swung it around with the orbit tool, now it's all blue. You notice that? If you had not made it all blue, it won't follow it all the way around. Now, turn on the Follow Me tool, click on the face of the triangle. Follow Me tool is right under the push-pull, on the face of the triangle. There we go. It's got its cone now. I made it 14, but you can make it longer if you wish. Now we want to make the bottom of the rocket where the bottle mouth is. So we're going to change the view. We're going to go Camera, Standard View, Bottom. Okay, but we want to put it on an angle, however, an isometric view, so we swing it sideways like that so we can see all 3 axes. Turn on the pencil tool again. Start on the outside, click, go to the center, click, start going up 6 centimeters, enter. On the blue axis, 6, enter. Good, there we go. And you see the 6 down at the bottom, the dimension on the right hand side, bottom corner. Now we want to use the arc, 2-point arc tool. This is a tough one to get to work. 2-point arc tool. You're going to see I'm going to go through a number of errors. It takes me a while. So I turn on the 2-point arc tool, and if you remember how it works, you click on the top, click down to the bottom, and you pull out. Now notice that line in the center of it. It should be pointing right down at that blue dot. I clicked and it didn't fill in. If it had worked properly, it would have filled in. Why didn't it fill in? Well, I'm going to swing it around and show you what has happened. See what it is? It's actually curved. It's not a straight a straight connection between the 2 points. It's curved backwards, in fact. So we're going to get rid of that. Either Control Z or use the eraser tool, doesn't matter. I'm going to try it again. Sometimes swing it around the other side. It might work better there. It takes me 4 tries altogether before I get it. Sometimes I get it first time. Click, go up along the edge of the arc, and that one is terrible because I'm pulling it backwards. It says on green axis, but I don't think it is. Click. Nope, once again it did not fill in. So it's not, oh, I haven't clicked it yet, I guess. Still hasn't filled in. I think I would have had it if I clicked back there where it was pointing down. It was almost at the center. Nope, once again. It's not a, see what it is? It's all, oh, I didn't even go back to, in fact, the edge where I should have gone. It's quite distorted. So get rid of that, Control Z. Next try. Orbit tool, swing it around back to where I'm going to try it end on. This doesn't work at all, and I'd never tried it before, but I've now proven to myself that this is a very difficult way to do it. Click, click, and it goes out to the side for some reason rather than where I want. That's impossible. So feel free to skip ahead in the tutorial. Okay, last try. Here we go. 2-point arc tool. Click, click, pull up a bit, click, and there we go. It filled in. That's what you wanted. Once again, we want to use the Follow Me tool. Turn on the Select tool. Click on the edge of the circle, not the face, but the edge of the circle, and it should turn blue. Remember, once again, if it doesn't all turn blue, hold Control and click on the parts that are black. Now turn on the Follow Me tool, and you're going to click on the face of that shape. Okay, I'm just swinging it around to show you that it's not distorted, it's real. Follow Me tool again, and there you go. That shape followed all the way around. Now we want to put in the bottleneck itself. That's the bottom of the rocket, which you would consider the top of the pop bottle. We're going to make just a small cylinder, and it's going to be of radius 1.5. So you start pulling it out, 1.5, enter. And we're going to push-pull that circle 6 centimeters. So just make it a bit bigger. Push-pull tool on the face, 6, enter. Now, before we can put that in the bottle, we've got to make sure that it is made a component. So turn on the Select tool. Select the entire cylinder. How do you make it a component? Once again, right-click, Make Component. It's Create. You don't really need to name it. Okay. Now, before you do that, we should make component the rest of the whole rocket body. Okay. Done. Now I'm going to try to move the cylinder, but in fact I forget that the rocket is has been selected. No, moving the wrong thing. So I go back, turn on the Select tool. Now, yeah, put that rocket back where it was, please. Turn on the Select tool and select the cylinder we made. Turn on the Move tool and move that into the bottom. It's actually the bottom of the rocket. Looks pretty good, but to be sure, go Camera Standard View Bottom. Yeah, it's in the center, but let me swing it around with the Orbit tool. It's not quite in the center. It's a little bit different on one side compared to the other. I could live with that. In the end I do move it, but it's not bad. It's approximately where it should be. There we go. Now that's the body of the rocket. Tool, I think. No, it didn't. Okay, I just used the Move tool and moved it over. There we go. That makes me happier because it looks a bit better. Swing it around. Yeah, the bottleneck's where it should be. Okay, next step is to make the fins. You can have between 2 and 6 fins. You cannot have 1 fin. You can't have 7 fins. Anything between 2. Before I do that though, I'm going to make the whole thing a component. There we go. One big box for the component. Right. Think of where the fins are going. They're going on the main part of the body. They can't go up to the cone. They can't go down into the bottom round part because they'll get in the way of the launching apparatus. Okay, so we're going to turn on the pencil tool eventually. Okay, to show you the size of it, I turned on the dimension tool, which is over there near the tape measure. So there's that's the part where you're going to put the fins. 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 fins in that main part of the body. Okay, turn on the pencil tool. I'm going to make mine 12 centimeters in length, and I pull it out 4 centimeters, go back to where I started. I made it 5 centimeters, go back to where I started, and there's my first fin. Rather, if they're all going to be the same, it's really easy just to copy paste. You select the fin, go up to the top, edit, and you go edit copy, and go back up there, edit paste. When you click, there's your second one. Now we're going to move the first one, but before we do, you've got to make it a component. So there I've got 2 fins. As I say, you can have as many as 6. So turn on the select tool and make the fin a component by right-clicking on it. Now we can move it. Turn on the move tool, move it towards the rocket. Now it looks to me like it's probably behind the rocket, and you can't tell until you go to a different view. You're going to go camera standard view top. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, see where it is? It's nowhere near the rocket. It's way out there. It looked like it was, but that was a matter of the perspective from which you were seeing it. So camera standard view top. It's the lower one, though it had me confused for a bit. And the way you can tell which it is when you click on it with the select tool, that's the one that shows the blue box around it. The other one does not. Turn on the move tool, grab it, and move it right up against the rocket. Now it may be too high or too low, so we turn on the orbit tool, swing it around. Looks good. There's no particular place where it has to be, so I'm put it roughly in the middle of that. Now we're going to do the other one. Once again, we're going to make it a component. So every time you want to move a fin, make it a component. It's easier to move. This one we have to swing around so it's on the opposite side of the rocket. And to do that, you're going to turn on the rotate tool. And the question is, where do you pick on the fin to rotate it? Look what happens on the green axis. I go there, go to the other corner, and that's not the way I want to rotate it. I want to rotate it around the blue axis, in fact. So I don't want green, a green protractor, I want a blue one. Go to the top, click, there we go. No, click. Go over to the other end of the box. There we go. You can just start rotating. You want to rotate it 180. 180. I entered 150, which wasn't far enough. But eventually I realized that I wanted to enter 180. There's 30, which wasn't what I wanted either. And here we go, 180. Now you can move it, but you want to go camera standard view top. So where is it? It's nowhere near the rocket we're going to see. Let's go to the top. It's really hard to see, in fact, from the top, but anyway, that's the easier way. So there it is. It's nowhere near the rocket. It's that part sticking out down near the bottom. I'm moving the wrong one there. I shouldn't have touched it. It's the other one. No, I'm moving the dimension tool there. Finally, I realize, oh, there's the fin over there. Oh, it was stuck to that. I didn't mean to touch that. Put it back where it was. I could have just used Control Z. Would have been better. Move tool is on. And bring it over. Now wait till you see where it is. It looks like it's all right, but it's not. So we're going to turn on the orbit tool, see exactly where it is. Okay, it's too high. It probably would have been easier to move the other one up, but anyway, I will move that one down. Now the problem is from the looks of it, I also moved it towards me. I didn't just move it down. And this is why you sort of have to go back and forth a little bit. So see what I did? I moved it towards me. I have to pull it back to there. Yeah, there it is. So I grab it again with the move tool and get it back where I wanted it and bring it right into the rocket's body. Turn on the orbit tool, swing it around, still too high, grab that fin and bring it down. Sometimes it's just a matter of changing the angle then. Let's see if I succeeded. Orbit tool, swing it around. Oh, so far away from the rocket. Move tool. I pull it towards myself and towards the rocket. Is it there? Let's see. It's actually pushed into the rocket to some extent. Not perfect, but good enough. There we go. We got 2 fins on the rocket. If you want 6, you got to put 4 more. Each time you're going to select the fin, group it, make it a component, and then use the move tool to get it where you want. The last step, once you've got all your fins on, is to put in the dimensions for one fin. That's all you need if they're all the same. And you've got to paint it. When you paint it, it should be painted light colors. Dark colors won't work, so not bright red, green, black, blue. Don't pick those solid colors. Pick the lighter colors, the pastel shades. So there's the dimension. That's 12 centimeters from top to bottom on the fin. I tried to get the angular side, couldn't get it. I think it's because of the view that I have. So we need to know how far it sticks out from the rocket. Turn the dimension tool on. Click, click. No, can't click. Pull down. No, come on. There we are. 5 centimeters from the body of the rocket. Those are the main dimensions. After all, you can't change the dimension of the bottle. That's going to be the same for everybody. Yeah. Last step, a quick painting, and make sure you save it. Every once in a while, go File, Save As. First time, Save As. After that, just File, Save, File, Save. So at this stage, I'd save it. And the last step is painting. Paint bucket on. And I'm going for colors. You could use textures, I suppose, but I'm just going to pick colors, even though your pop bottle rocket's not going to be painted. Body, I've picked pink, light pink, pick some other color for the fins. Okay, and save it as your final PBR, your final pop bottle rocket. Thank you. That's the end of this tutorial. I hope it's useful.